Before we formally commence our program, I would like to invite Mr. Imad to recite few verses from Holy Quran. Mr. Imad.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين صدق الله العظيم.
Jazakallah. Distinguished speakers, Mr. Saqam Masood, our panelist, Mr. Ibrahim Sadat Saab, our moderator, Mr. Farooq Junaidi, honorable fellow professionals, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Syed Najmul Hussain and I am the CPD convener of Southern Regional Committee, and on behalf of the committee, I would like to welcome you all to this highlight event of Post-Budget Seminar 2012-13. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Shahid Hussain Asad, Member Inland Revenue Services, Federal Board of Revenue, who had consented to act as Session Chairman, will not be able to join us because of some urgent matter requiring his presence in Islamabad and has sent his regrets. However, we are fortunate that Chairman FBR, Mr. Mumtaz Haider Rizvi, has kindly consented to chair today's session. Ladies and gentlemen, there has been change in the format of the program. Traditionally, we used to have presentations by the presenters followed by the question and answer session. This time we have divided our program into two segments. The first segment consists of presentation on direct and indirect taxes proposals contained in the federal budget and on the economy, Pakistan's short-term challenges and future prospects. The second segment of the program consists of a panel discussion by some leading professionals in our industry, and they will not only share their views on the budget's economic situation in the country with you, but also take your questions and respond to them in an effective manner. The program will conclude with the concluding remarks from the chairman of the session and vote of thanks by the chairman's Southern Regional Committee. We will have a Asr prayer break and tea break at 5:30. Maghrib prayer break will be at 7:20. Prayer arrangements have been made in front lawn. Ladies and gentlemen, the budget has been announced and the scene has been set for the debate. This debate not only takes place in the parliament, media, professional and business forums and street corners, but also in the households and kitchens, because that's where the ultimate brunt or benefit lies for the citizens. The budget is one single cumulative action of the government which probably affects all citizens. There are varying views on the budget, as always, but being the budget of the election year, it appears to have more political connotations than the most. The budget speech, to me, appeared more of a political speech than a speech setting economic and fiscal agenda. Some of the claims do not appear to match the proposals in the budget documents. Ladies and gentlemen, we can have varying views on the allocation for development plan, civil administration, defense, etc. But there can be no differing views on the allocation for education, health and social safety nets. We can have differing views on the state of Pakistan economy or the path the country needs to take. But there can be no differing views on solutions to key problems faced by the business, economy or the country. We can have differing views on the government expenditure and borrowings, but there can be no differing views on need for sound fiscal and economic management. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a fact that Pakistan's social indicators such as tax to GDP ratio, savings and investments, literacy, life expectancy, etc. are amongst the lowest in the region and the developing world. We rank high in corruption index, child mortality, gender bias, crimes, intolerance. These facts are not new to us all, but what would be new to us and what we want as a nation is to hear from the sitting government and the political parties in this election year is the concrete plans and action plans for addressing these issues and enhance the stock of Pakistan's nation. Before moving on and inviting our first speaker to address this gathering, I would like to make a couple of announcements. First is that Southern Regional Committee has organized a seminar on the revised Code of Corporate Governance on 14th of this month. You would have received the circular for that, and I would request you to make it a success as always. It is being organized in association with the Pakistan Institute of Corporate Governance, and I thank Pakistan Institute of Corporate Governance for collaborating with us and bringing this seminar to you. Secondly, we are organizing a second workshop on use of balanced scorecard for strategy setting and execution. This again, it's a very high value program, and if organized by some commercial organization, they charge very high value for that. But we have organized it at very economical rates, and I would urge our members to take benefit of that and make that a success also. We'll start our program with the presentation by Mr. Saqib Masood on amendments in direct and indirect taxes. Mr. Saqib Masood is partner with KPMG Tasir Adi and Company and is head of taxation and corporate advisory services of the firm. Mr. Saqib Masood is currently serving second term as member of the Council of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Pakistan and is also its immediate past president. He is also the head of tax KPMG Middle East and South Asia. He has also served as the president of Income Tax Bar Association. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Saqib Masood.
Chairman and the members of the Southern Regional Committee and the CPD Committee, past President Mr. Ibrahim Sidat Saab, members of the Institute, ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, Assalamu alaikum. It is indeed a great pleasure and honor for me to have been invited to speak on the post-budget seminar being organized by the Institute, which is always a mega event every year. This year, there is one pleasant surprise as well for us. Last year when we held this program here, the ACs were not properly working. But now at least I'm thankful to the regional committee that they made ensured that the ACs are properly working, and there is a good environment around. As Najam has said, the budget has something to offer probably to everyone and almost, but nothing to address the structural weaknesses compromising the country's real economic potential. So with this brief, my comment on the budget,